Well, another one. I've always loved Van City Savings Credit Union.
Yeah.
I thought they'd been a good source of people for everything, but they've gotten so big that they're getting like a bank now. And my statement, a fellow named Fraser Smith wrote a book called The Smith Maneuver. And the Smith Maneuver has got a foreword by Larry Bell. Now, you don't know this. So I'm getting a chance to, this is the historian thing. Larry Bell is one of the 6 founders of CENTA.
Ah.
See? So then he went off and he became the general manager, the president of Van City Credit Union. He became the deputy finance minister of the province of BC and all sorts of things, right? Anyway, Larry wrote this thing for the Smith Maneuver, and he wrote it when he was with Van City Savings Credit Union. And the Smith Maneuver is a manual on how you make your mortgage deductible, following my precepts, because I was the first person that invented it in print anyway, and Fred Snyder picked it up, as he explained, and he taught it to Fraser Smith at a Macaulay Nichols Maitland management meeting when Fraser was the manager. And Fraser was kind enough to write a letter thanking him for teaching it to him. Then he wrote the book. I phoned 10 Van City mortgage people, again, when I was looking for the mortgage, and 9 of them didn't know anything about it. Here's a book that you can buy in a bookstore saying, go to Van City Savings Credit Union to make your mortgage deductible.
Mm-hmm.
The system is in the book.
The challenge is that they have to specially code, at least up until, and I haven't used Van City for that specific mortgage product because there are better ones out there, at least in my opinion. You have to specially code that in their system, because every time you want to re-advance the mortgage with Van City, it's another paper charge, and it's $100 and some odd paper charge. So they have to code it specially. And in speaking to one of the managers, who's now a manager out in Langley, who used to be in my Rotary Club in Port Coquitlam, we discussed. I asked that, and he said, you know, Glenn, out of say 10 applications that would come in for this type of a mortgage, a re-advanceable mortgage that Van City had, and especially applied for the Smith Maneuver, once they talked to the clients and found out and everything else, they'd only want to take a look at maybe 3 or 4 of them because they didn't fit the criteria or there was some aspect that the bank wasn't happy about. And of that, they only maybe funded 2 or 3 under that specific code. And so it's not something that, even though it's referenced there, there are other lenders out there that would be, say, National Bank, Scotia,
But
yeah, that can do the same thing.
I can't imagine Van City not making sure that every single one of their mortgage people has a copy of the book.
Yep.
And understands how to do it so that they can at least talk intelligently about it and say no and not look stupid. As it turned out, the only person, I've actually phoned Fraser Smith in Victoria,
yep,
and said, can you name one Van City Savings Credit Union that knows how to do it today? He says, try the one on Austin Road. And I phoned the Austin Road thing, and there was a guy there that knew how to do it.
Okay.
But here's a large organization that was a forerunner of all sorts of good things in the credit union,
yep,
and they didn't know how to do it.
Yeah. Well, we use them for our day-to-day banking, but as far as our mortgage, it's placed in another organization.
It's just amazing. My guest, Glenn Kelleway, is a mortgage broker. The mortgage broker that got me my mortgage when I was bankrupt, and there were other factors involved in it, but he was the guy that went and just for the record, I want you to understand that as a guy that had a mortgage broker's license for 20 years, and a real mortgage broker's license, but before most other people had one, I would never have gone there to apply for a mortgage.
Okay.
So I want that really, it wasn't like it was just, you went someplace that I never would have gone. Anyway, Glenn Kelleway, mortgage broker par excellence, knows how to make a mortgage interest deductible. You can get hold of him. What's your phone number?
604-476-0053, or toll free at 1-866-476-0053.
Now, see, the first time you said that 1-866 number, you said it very slowly so people could write it down. So say it again, so that
1-866
yeah,
476-0053, and you'll see that on the screen there. But if you put in the last name Kelleway, Kelleway, I'm the only mortgage broker in North America with that last name.
Oh, are you?
as far as I know, there was only one other Glenn Kelleway in North America with that last name. There's only about 30 of us. And it's investment banking. I tried to track him down on phone to find out who he was, but there's no one else with that last name in banking that I can find or in mortgage, except for investment banking in Texas.
Oh, really? Eh? Okay.
A couple of thousand in England, but only a few of us.
I got an email from Tony Stanton, who is one of the historians of the Ingram family tree over in England, and he sent me an email this morning saying that he'd just been watching a couple. Richard, he'd been watching a couple of these Ingram deals and the Ingram interviews, and he wanted to tell me that I was the most famous of the Ingrams of their lineage. So there we go. It was sort of fun. But I found so many David Ingrams. I mean, I know 9 David Ingrams myself.
One in real estate somewhere in the States.
Oh, well, that's in Branson, Missouri.
Oh,
his company was even David Ingram Associates Realty Inc., which was the same name mine was. Oh, yes, it just goes on and on and on.